Hi, my name is Jackie Belter. So today we will be filming YogaSculpt 2020-4. So for YogaSculpt, all you need is a light set of hand weights. Option not to use weights at all, and we'll show some modifications as well. So we will start this one on our mats, on our glutes, crossing the knees, or opening the knees and crossing the ankles. Hands will be light on the knees. Roll shoulders up, back, and down. All right, we're going to start with left hand on right knee. Now take right arm, sweep it back and around, keeping the chest lifted. Right arm back onto left knee. Now lift arms. Now we can come here, or we can take a bind into eagle arms. Now lift elbows up, eye gaze follows. Back to center. Now draw elbows in towards the belly and center. Unbind, right hand on left knee. Now left arm sweeps back around, left arm back onto right knee, lift and bind. Inhale up and center. Exhale, pull into belly and recenter. Now come to a tabletop, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, cat-cow, lower head and tail. Now inhale as you lift. Again, draw belly in towards the spine. Now broaden through the shoulders. All right, one more. Curl toes, push through hands, lift hips, down dog. Now bending right knee and left knee. Starfish the hands, keeping the ears by the biceps. Tail is up and back. All right, connect with the breath. All right, a few more. Now we're going to take right knee or right leg up to three-legged dog. Bend knee, toe towards shoulder. Now straight out the back, lower with control. Now left leg, as you keep the hips lifted, toe to the ceiling. Bending knees, opening the hips. Weight is even through the hands and lower. Back to tabletop, cat-cow, drop head, pull the belly in. Really arch through the back and let it scoop out. Connecting with the breath. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Curl toes, back to down dog, and pedal out those feet. Feel that beautiful stretch in the back. All right, pushing the heels towards the floor and keeping the weight even in the hands. Perfect. Now bend knees, right leg forward. Now open the chest, eye gaze follows the hands. Hand back to the floor, step back and bend knees. Now left leg lunging forward, knee over the toe. Now twist towards the knee, hands land back. Now step in to a forward fold, bend knees, pull belly in. And inhale up to mountain pose. All right, we're going to go into some sun sal. So heels under hips, shoulders are back, down. So shoulders are over hips and hips are over ankles. Hands long by the side. Now inhale, pushing palms. Take a little baby back bend. Eye gaze up. Now sweeping the arms wide, clasp behind the glutes, knuckles down. Spread the shoulders, lifting the heels up for a little balance challenge. Squeeze core, squeeze glutes, lowering down. Now inhale, exhale, forward fold, draw belly in, hands land, right leg back, left knee over ankle, left leg joins, downward facing dog. Now we're going to roll into a plank, first round on the knees, uncurl toes, lowering down, chaturanga, lifting the heart, pull shoulders back, baby cobra. Now lift the tail up, hips back. Now right leg lifting, three-legged dog. Now draw that right leg in, landing between the hands. Twist your chest towards the knee. Hands land. Step into a forward fold, bend the knees, draw belly up. Now take that inhale as you lift up to mountain pose. Again, forward fold, pushing the hips back. Left leg lunge backs this time, right knee over ankle, right leg joins. Weight is even through the hands. Roll forward, high plank. Option, knees up this time. Now lower, keeping elbows tight to the body. And lifting up to an up dog. Lift hips up. Now left leg, three-legged dog. Bend knee, land between the hands, and turn chest towards the left knee. Pushing through the fingertips, landing, hand back, step into that forward fold. Let the head hang. Inhale as you stand mountain pose. Now lengthen through the spine in that forward fold. Step or jump back into a high plank. Now lower with control, elbows tight to the body. Roll through toes, spread the collarbone, squeeze glutes. Now lifting the hips high. Three-legged dog, right leg, toes up to the sky. Bend knee, land between hands, and twist. Actively pushing the hands apart. Land back on the ground. Step in, forward fold. Let your head hang. Now inhale and rise. Beautiful. Exhale, forward fold. Step or jump back. Knees up or down. Elbows tight to the body. Lifting up. Chest is open. Hips up with downward facing dog. Lift left leg. Now bend knee and step forward. And twist. Take that inhale with your twist. And exhale, hand to the ground. Step into forward fold. Soften the knees. And inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. Step or jump back. Pushing the heels back. Feet are hip width distance. Lowering down with that exhale. Spread open the collarbone. Squeeze shoulders back. Now lifting the hips up. Right leg lift. Three-legged dog. Now bend knee. Now you can stay with the twist, or you can come up to standing, twisted warrior two, push the back heel, land the hands down. Now step in to that forward fold. Inhale. All right, we've got one more round. Exhale, push hips back, lengthen through the spine. Step or jump back. All right, tuck the elbows in. Squeeze glutes and lift thighs. Now lifting the tail up to the ceiling. Pushing toes to the ceiling. Bend and in. Take the twist or come to standing a twist. Hands land back to the floor. Step into forward fold. Big inhale all the way up. And open the hands behind the back. Knuckles down, opening the collar blades. Beautiful. Hands long by the side. Now we're going to take our right leg. Nice big lunge. Now we're going to land the back heel. We're going to come into warrior one, but hands and elbows together. Now we're going to lift the heel and the elbow together. Keeping the eye gaze forward. Pulling the shoulders back, down away from the ears, and that front knee is over ankle. All right, now stretching to a warrior two, bending that knee, keeping this knee over the ankle. Adjust your stance if you need. Anchoring through the back side of that back foot. Now extend warrior two, pushing forward. Now we're going to land the forearm onto our thigh, coming to a right angle. Perfect. Keeping that back leg anchored, reverse warrior. So take that inhale, hand back. Now landing with control onto the thigh. And back down. All right, back to reverse warrior for a breath. Hold. Now we're going to adjust. Bring the legs in. Back to warrior one. If you need to widen the stance, you just want to try to square off the hips. Now lift. This is an option. You can keep the heel down. You don't have to take the knee bend as big. Just make it challenging for you. 2, 1. All right, awesome. Back to warrior two. Stretch. Actively push those fingers apart. pushing the legs apart. Squeeze that left glute or right glute. Big bend. Now reach forward. Landing on the thigh. Option, fingers can go right to the floor if that's in your practice with your flexibility. Now reverse warrior. Take that inhale. Let your eye gaze follow. Now we're holding that knee bend the whole time. Connecting with the breath. Staying mindful in your movements. A couple more. Find that space in between ribs and hips. Reverse warrior, try not to pinch the lower back. All right. Now finish with the reverse warrior. We're going to lift both arms this time and hold. All right, arms out, toes towards me, and lowering the arms down. All right, we are going to switch sides. So over onto the right side. So you're going to bend and adjust your feet if you need to. Back to warrior two. So we're squaring off the hips, squeezing through the left glute, bend right knee, pushing the hands and elbows. Now lifting together, heel and elbow. Again, the option is keep the heel down. Just that active push through the back foot, keeping the heel down and anchored. Knee bend stays. Warrior two. Eye gaze through the right fingers. All right, pull your shoulders back, bend the knee. See how far you can take that bend today. Now as you look forward, extend, pushing the hips back, land, and extend. Straight line, arm, torso, and leg. Adjust as you need. We'll flow into reverse warrior. Take that inhale. Keep the knee bend the whole time. Beautiful flow to help with spinal flexibility. All right, go back to reverse warrior. Now we're going to switch back to warrior one. Take the stance wider if you need. Just pushing through that left glute. All right, lifting for 8. Keeping the chest open, shoulders back. As we push the hands together, just activates the chest and the upper back. 2, 1. Land heel, warrior two. All right. You want to keep the tailbone lengthened towards the floor. Big isometric hold in that knee. Now extend. How far can you reach? Lower with control. Remember your option. Hand can go down to the ground, or you can stay with me. It's your practice. Reverse warrior. Beautiful. Finding the space between the ribs and the hips. Being mindful of the lower back. All right, last one. Finishing reverse warrior and lifting the arm. Take that challenge, bend the knee. All right, now hands will come on either side of the right foot. Step back to a plank, sun salut, lower down, rolling up. Lift the hips into a down dog. All right, take the knees wide. Now we're going to go into our sculpt. So we're going to clasp the hands. Elbows will be under shoulders. We're going to come into a forearm plank. So uncurl toes. Pull belly up. Now we're going to lift the left leg, keeping the belly up so we have that nice long spine. Keeping the back leg, toes curled. All right, we're going to make some circles with that left leg. So up and down. Focus on that up and squeeze. Option, if you're feeling strong, lifting that back knee for a few more. Keep that eye gaze down. 2. All right, now bring the knees in. We're going to come into a dolphin pose. So curl the toes, lift the hips up. All right, so pushing through the forearms, ears by the biceps, heads off the mat. Now lifting left leg, and we're going to go into some dolphin mountain climbers. Now your option is to go into a forearm plank or just hold the dolphin. This is a hard stretch through the hamstrings and the glutes and the back body. So just listening to your body. All right, perfect. Toes down, knees wide, and child's pose. Push the hips back. All right, we're going to go into our second side. So it's your practice. Remember, you do not have to go into a dolphin. You can take it to a forearm plank. All right, lifting the right leg this time. Keep elbows square, under the shoulders. Get that little up and squeeze. Focus on pulling the hips even to the mat. Now yeah, option, always lifting the knee. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can drop knees or you can walk into a dolphin. Now you can totally stay here. Lift the hips up, back. Now lifting right leg. If you want to take that option, going into the mountain climber. All right. Tailbone up, knee into arm for 1, 2, 2, 1. Let's do that 3 more times. Focus on pulling the shoulder blades into the back ribs. Head staying off the mat. All right, last one. Toes down, and we'll come into a high plank. And we're going to turn. So option, keep the knees down, keep the base leg down, and lifting the hands up. As you exhale, come back around. Now switch to the other side. Keeping the wrists under shoulders, and slowly, with control, we'll turn. So there's lots of options. You just want to keep the hips lifted up nice and high. Strong core brace. All right, last one. Push the hands apart, spread the fingers wide, and back down. Knees wide, and come into a child's pose. Perfect. Now let's bend knees, step our back leg in. All right, now jump in. We're going to go into cardio. So set feet under hips. We're going to push our hands together. We're going to do 1 squat, and then we're going to twist left elbow to right knee. Same side. So left elbow to right knee. Keeping the heels under the hips. Now you can stay at that speed or you can speed it up. Same side. So we're getting that twist as you're keeping the chest lifted so we can get right into the waistline. Actively pushing through left foot. All right, jacks. All right, let's land with soft knees. Now your option right here. You don't feel like doing the jumping, or you can always just take it into a slow jack. Having nice strong blade arms will help get the heart rate up. The final 8. All right, we're going to go back to the start. So squat. Now switch sides. Knee in. Feet under hips. Right elbow to left knee. Connect with the breath. Stay there or speed it up. Drop and twist. This should be a sharp movement so you really feel that in the waist. And we're also getting heart rate up. All right, jacks. Remember the options. Stay here, or you can go nice and slow. You can also bring your hands to your heart. As we lift the hands overhead, that just makes our heart rate go up even more. All right, a few more. And then we're going to go back to the top, but we're going to alternate which side we pull to. So down, to the right. Squat, and to the left. You got it. Push those elbows wide. Stay there or speed it up. Alternate, pull. Almost done. Your first cardio. Be in control. And keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Last one. All right. So good. All right, we're going to go into a flow. So we're going to come to the side of our mat. All right. Now we're going to take the right arm to the inside of the right foot. thumb on big toe. Now we're in dancer's pose. Dancer can stay here, or you can lift up, pushing the knee by pushing hand into, or foot into hand. Now keep the eye gaze in front of you. Push the arm long. And connect with your breath. All right, beautiful. Now we're going to push that leg back, hands back, come into airplane. So draw belly in so we can keep that neutral spine. Eye gaze down, palms to the floor. All right, now lifting up, single leg mountain, hands up. Left hand on right knee, eye gaze forward. Now back to airplane. All right, we're going to speed that up a little. So lift, inhale. Left hand on right knee, twist, eye gaze forward. Back to airplane. Eye gaze down. All right, let's do it one more time. Hands up, inhale. Twist, eye gaze stays forward. Now lower with control to airplane, eye gaze down. All right, landing the foot. Let's switch sides. Left hand, back and around, inside, push into the big toe. You can stay right here. Balance is a personal thing, or you can lift up. Push the knee up by pushing foot into hand, eye gaze down, or if you want to challenge balance, you look up. Draw belly in. All right, beautiful. Hold for breath. Now extend that leg out the back door. Square off the hips, come into airplane. Draw belly in, shoulders back. All right, knee in, lift hands. Single leg, mountain pose. Right hand on left knee. Eye gaze forward. Now pushing back, airplane. All right, speed it up. Draw knee in, lift arms. Use the core and twist. Lift arms, push back into airplane pose. All right, let's do that again. Lift. Woo! Balance is very personal. Some days it's good. Hands forward and airplane pose. All right, beautiful. Come into a chair pose. Hands forward. All right, awesome. So chair pose, you're pushing hips back. So knees are staying behind toes, biceps up by the ears. Now option, lift the heels, challenge the balance, use the core. Pulling the shoulder blades back into back ribs. All right, lower the heels. We have another flowy come up, floating half moon, chair pose. And then we'll switch sides. All right, standing, pushing the weight into the left foot, lifting right leg and right arm. Flexing through the foot, open the hips. Now landing, back to chair pose. Sink in. All right, beautiful. Now push weight into the right foot, lift left, opening the hips to the side, chest will follow. Land foot back to chair. Take that breath, hips back. Again, lift right. Can you take this a little deeper? Now land back to chair. Inhale. And switching sides. Left open. All right. And into chair pose. Lift up. And then come to standing and mountain pose. All right, awesome. We're going to go into our first sculpt. So we're going to pick up our hand weights. We're going to start in a chair pose again. So this time we're going to push knees and feet together. Bend knees, elbows up high. I'll turn slightly to diagonal. So push the hips back, squeeze shoulders back, and we got tricep kickbacks. So elbows nice and high. Big squeeze in between the shoulder blades. Now lengthen the spine from head to tail. Draw the belly in. So important. Now option, lift the heels. This gets a little easier as you squeeze the inner thighs and knees together. You can always lower the knees. All right, just going to turn towards you. Now arms to the forward and out to the side, making big U's. You can keep the heels lifted or you can drop them down. Just trying to keep the knees behind the toes. All right, 4 more. You can soften the elbows, but weights only to shoulder height. Squeeze, shoulders back, open the collarbones. Feel that space. All right, now into a bicep pulse. So heels lifted as that challenge, and you can add a little bounce. Or you can keep it static and just hold it. Just a little bicep pulse. So you want to pull the ribs away from the elbows. Keep the elbows back. It's a little bit of a cheat. So find that length as you squeeze the shoulder blades back. All right, final 8. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, beautiful. So we're going to bring our right leg to tree. So it can be low or it can be high. And diamond pose with the hands and little pulses. So if you want to make this harder, you just make the diamond bigger. Now with this tree pose, lengthen the spine, pushing the foot into the leg, but not the knee. Be mindful. All right, 16 more. Find the burn. Slide shoulders back, collarbones open. And drawing belly in towards the spine. All right, beautiful. Let's take a little shake. Roll up the shoulders. All right. Now we're going to switch sides. So tree pose, you can go nice and high if that's in your practice, low, or it can even be on the ground. All right, and little tricep extension pulse. All right, beautiful. Tree pose helps concentration and release stress and anxiety. Balance poses, so good for being mindful. All right, work the back of the arms, keeping the elbows up. And try to push them forward so we're not flaring them out too far. 4, 3, 2, all right, back to chair pose. And then out to the side and in. Push the knees in, toes touch. Nice and wide, almost done. All right, awesome. So we'll put our weights down and we will go into another cardio track. So this one we're going to start with the feet a little bit wider, hands to prayer again. So we're going to do 1 squat and then we're going to tap back. Wind's not kicking up too much. All right, hands to prayer. All right, we're going to get the heart rate up. Let's start squat, then right leg. Squat, tap back, squat, and left. So trying to keep the hips square. As we bring that foot to the back diagonal, we're going to make it a little fancier here. You can stay here, or you can do a cross jack. So squat, and jack. So you're just switching which leg goes in the front. So you got to think a little bit. Soft knees, blade arms. All right, 8 more. So landing with soft knees, push those arms back. If you want, you can just keep the hands in prayer. That will soften the heart rate. All right, switch jacks. And switch, squat, and switch. Challenges the mind. So squat, and then switch. Squat, and switch. All right, 8 more. Keeping the blade arm. All right, final 4. All right, back to the top. Woo, not so bad. All right, keep breathing. We're gonna do that again. We're just gonna shorten each set. Split jack. Add in the arms when you're ready. All right, so good. Working our heart and our lungs. All right, switch jacks, squat and switch. So good. Can you feel that in the waist? All right, beautiful. Come to the edge of your mat. We're going to come into a down dog. So pushing up. Option, you can go right into a child pose. Or you can just walk out the down dog. Drawing the hips up and back. Hands shoulder width distance. Feet hip width distance. All right. Now come to high plank. If you want, you can do this from the toes or from the knees or toes. And mountain climber, hips down. So in and in. So you can stay here or you can go faster. Just keeping the hips low, drawing the knees in. Option from the knees. When you're on the knees, your knees will just come to the outside of the elbows. Great option. Or speed it up. Just broaden through the shoulders, shoulders over wrists. All right, you're almost there. Challenge yourself. All right, you're there. All right, take the knees wide. Actually, knees under hips. Walk out to puppy pose, hands wide. Let chest fall towards the mat. Keeping hips stacked above the knees. Either chin or forehead on the mat. Whew. All right, beautiful. That was a good one. Now we have a beautiful flow to go into. So we're going to push up to down dog. Hand shoulder width distance. Feet hip width distance. Tailbone up and back. Now we're going to lift the heels for 2 counts. Up, up, down, down. All right, beautiful. Take that inhale, pushing the heart to thighs. Now we're going to lift left leg, 3-legged dog. Now bend knee and make a circle. Up and open. All right, beautiful. Keeping the weight even in both hands. Now we're going to bring that leg forward into pyramid pose. Back heel down, nose towards knee. Let your neck be loose and long. Now if you need to take a knee bend, that's okay. All right, take a breath. Now shifting forward, come into a split stance. Knee up, option. You can go into a flamingo pose or lifting the toe up as high as you can into a split stance. Now lower right foot down, drop heel, and come into a triangle pose. Soften that front knee. Now take a big circle forward. And then wrapping into that bind. Now looking up, if you can, straighten out the spine. Now land, hands by foot, step back to a plank, sun sal A. Lower, elbows close, up dog, down dog, and high plank. Again, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, exhale. Now right leg, 3-legged dog, up and around. You can use straight leg this time or knee bend. Just keeping the tailbone up and back, heart towards thighs. All right, land, pyramid pose, back heel lands. Soften the breath in the neck, squaring off the hips. Soften the breath and mind. Beautiful. Shift forward, flamingo pose or split stance. Toes up, soften that standing knee. All right, so nice. Now landing with control, heel down, eye gaze down, arm up, triangle pose. Now sweep the arm back and around and take the bind. If you can, look up twisting through that thoracic spine. Find your breath. Land hand by the foot. High plank. Now come into whelping. Take the right leg over the left. Back toe heel stays lifted. Lifting the tummy. Soften the fingers overhead. Now back to high plank. Option, base knee down. Left over right. Just want to lift the hips, lift the heart, and find space in your chest. All right, back to high plank. All right, again, right foot over left, lift, inhale. Find that big, beautiful back arch. Let your head be free, heart is open. Back to high plank. And few more times. Up and lift. Feel the freedom as you challenge yourself. Taking the steps you didn't think you could do. And landing that hand. One more time. Up, land the foot, then reach over. All right, back to high plank. Knees down. All right, puppy pose. Let's go into a quick flow. Puppy pose. Roll through to cobra. And down dog. Knees down. Heart towards the floor. Roll through. Baby cobra. And down dog. All right, beautiful. So we're going to bend knees. We're going to step our back leg in. And we're going to go into our last sculpting. So from the edge of our mat, we're going to go into a squat with a little hammer curl. All right, here we go. So up to the shoulders and down by the thighs. So we're keeping those elbows outside the ribs, keeping the chest lifted, space in the collarbones, and squeezing the shoulders in the back ribs. All right, now we're going to pulse, little pulses. All right, squeeze. You're not here for long. Take the challenge. Move those elbows away from the ribs. Sink into the legs, but keep breathing. All right, awesome. Now we're going to take the right leg back, crescent pose, elbows to 90. Now bend both knees, back heel stays lifted, front knee over ankle, so make any adjustments you need. And we're going to pulse. All right, squeeze. Now draw the belly in. Shoulders up. You want to keep the breath coming and make it a small movement. 2 inches. All right, let's really focus on tightening the core. We're going to need it here in a moment. Pull the shoulders back. Now our right foot is going to become anchored to the mat. Our front foot is going to go into a stomp. So focus on the core and stomp. So we're going to keep that biceps locked in, or you can come into prayer. Now you can start to kick, just staying anchored in that right leg. Core is tight. All right, beautiful. Land with soft knees. Keep that eye gaze out in front. Arms can come out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step in, back to the squat, down, up, and down. This is our little active recovery. All right, final 4. Whew, so good. 2, 1. All right, shake it out. We're there. I'm just gonna check my mic. Back to a crescent pose, lunging the left leg back. All right, now we're going to take a bicep curl out to the side. Sorry, I just got to make sure my mic's okay. Sometimes it turns off. All right, elbows wide, shoulders back. And if you want to make this easier, you pull the elbows in, harder, elbows out, palms up. Front knee over ankle. All right, final 8. 4, 3, 2, static hold with biceps and stomp. All right, so your right leg is lifting, getting that air time. So take it into a kick, hands to prayer, and we're anchored with our back leg. Squeeze core, squeeze glutes. All right, you're there. Woo, so fun. Final 8. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to hammer. In and down. Set the feet under the hips. Push the hips back. And then squeeze the core as you step in and squeeze the glutes. All right, let's put the weights down. Now come down to a high plank, lower chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Now lift back leg, bring that leg in and around. I'm going to sit our legs wide. All right, flexing feet. We're going to lift right and then lift left. Lift, lift. All right, so core is tight, staying strong with the breath. This is hard, it doesn't have to be lifted high. All right, focus on the right, hands on either side. So this is going to be a small micro movement, but you want to feel this. I'm sure you are. 2, 1, we'll switch sides, 16. All right, keep the chest up. Keep breathing. You got this. Final 8. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the legs wide and come into a forward fold. If you can lower all the way down to the floor mat. Just lengthen through the spine. Whew. We got this. We are going to go into our core track. All right, so when you are ready, we're going to go into Savasana lift. So hands just outside knees, close to the knees, tops of the feet are down. Now we're going to pull our thighs into our belly. Up, up, down, and down. So drawing into a C crunch. It's a little cat pose at the top. Trying to keep the weight light on the tops of the feet. All right, keep going. 4 more. Trying to use the core and not so much the feet. All right. All right, 7 singles. 7. Woo. Really up and squeeze. 3, 2, 1. All right, right hand forward and left leg lifts. Pointer pose. Little pulses. All right, take the belly up and in. Eye gaze down. Neck is long. Hips and shoulders are square. Keeping that wrist under shoulder. All right, now to the diagonal, to the side. 16 more. With control. So good for the core and the glutes. All right, final 4. Now back to the Savasana lift. Just 3. Up, up, down, and down. Keep the hands close. Adjust as you need. All right, 1 more. All right, beautiful. Pointer pose. Left hand, right leg. So flex the foot. Point the hands. Eye gaze down. Keeping the knee under hip. 4. Now to the diagonal. 16 more. Pull the shoulders back. Keep that breath coming. Last working track. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to come onto our back. We're going to come into eagle arms. So crossing right leg over left, right arm under left. Now lift shoulders, lift legs, and we're going to crunch it in. 15 more. Big pull. You're squeezing the ribs into the hips. All right, 8, 7. This is so good for the abdominals. Working those upper and lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's switch sides. Left over right and right, or left under right. All right, and lift. So in and lower. So if you want a challenge, just lift the glutes off the ground a little higher. You'll be super strong in the core. So important in everyday life, making life workout a little more functional. 8, 7, 6, 5, give me 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, bridge pose. Hands long by the side, lift a bridge and little pulses. Squeeze the glutes. Now pull the shoulder blades under the ribs, into the rib cage. Hips up nice and high, keep them square to the sky. All right, keep going. Squeeze. This is a good restorative pose because we're getting a nice stretch, but we're getting such good work in our hamstrings and our glutes. All right, now challenge. Lift the heels off the ground and squeeze. You got this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, pull the knees in, roll yourself up, come into a modified fish pose, clasp back, hands to the floor, knuckles down, and pull the shoulders back so you can open the collarbones. All right, and we're going to go into our final stretch. I'm just going to turn. All right, staying in that modified fish. Now hands by the side. Pull the right leg in, left extends, reverse tabletop, lift hips, open collarbone. Now lowering the hips back to the floor. Open the right knee. Take that breath in, and let's fold over our left leg. You can clasp the foot, nose towards knee. So we're trying not to curve the back. Take that inhale and then stretch with length in the back body, making space between chest and chin. Now up, coming up a little, right hand to the outside left leg, left hand behind, and twist. Chest open, eye gaze follows over through the shoulder. All right, back to center. Inhale and lower, nose towards knees. All right, let's switch legs. Left leg in, reverse tabletop, lift hips, and lowering down, hips to the floor. Open left knee. Inhale and forward fold. Take a beautiful breath in. Lift up. As you exhale, and lower the nose closer to the knee. Find that stretch in your back of the legs. Coming up, right hand, left hand's outside the right hand behind. Eye gaze follows through shoulder. Find that beautiful twist. Twisting back. Inhale and lower. I'll be by your side to the end. All right, now we're going to bring our right leg in to 90-90. Left hand back. Now sweep right arm up as you lift hips. Now if you have this in your practice, opening the chest towards the sky. Open the fingers. Let your head be free. Inhale. As you exhale, lowering the hips down. And we will switch sides. Right hand back. Inhale, lift chest. If you can, open your heart towards the sky. Let your head be free and long. Inhale. Now exhale, sweeping down. Let's bring our legs wide, flexing through the feet. Take a wide leg forward fold. Lengthen the back, trying not to round. Just listen to your body. If you're not that flexible, it's okay if you stay high. If you can go all the way to the ground, that's great. Now we're going to bring right hand to the right leg, pushing shoulder and elbow into our right leg, left arm up. If you can, open your chest. I'm not that flexible. Beautiful, flexing the feet. All right, let's roll to the left side. Switching, open your heart, flexing feet. Listening to what our body is telling us. Being proud of what our body can do. Now sweeping back to the center. Forward fold. Find your length. Finding your breath, making that connection. All right, one more big breath. All right, I'm rolling up. Beautiful. We're going to go into Savasana. So we're just going to come onto our back. If you're not comfortable lying down, that's okay. You can do this from a seated position, crossing your legs. If you prefer, you can roll onto your side. If you're pregnant, taking those modifications. Otherwise, bring your feet wide, about mat width distance. And we're going to turn the palms up to receive. Let your forehead relax. Let's release our tongue from the top of our mouth. Let our lips part slightly and soften the chin. Now we're going to flow down our body. Let's work through our neck. Take a little inhale. Hold for a moment as you lift the neck. As you exhale, feel your neck and shoulders soften into the mat. And we're going to feel that breath release down through our elbows into our fingers. Let your fingers open and soften. Inhale with me again. Lift the belly. Feel your lower back leave the mat. As you exhale, let it fall. Your lower back and glutes melting into the mat. Take another inhale, 4 counts. Hold with me for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the feet open. Take another beautiful big breath. As you hold the breath for 4 counts, I want you to turn your eyes towards center foreheads, keeping the lids closed and soft, turning towards the third eye. Feel the energy and light soften into your forehead. Focus on the breath. Let's clear our mind thoughts. If you get a little thought racing into your mind, I want you to wrap it in a bubble. Blow that bubble away with your breath. If it returns, wrap it up and blow it away. Now as you focus on the breathing, I want you to turn your focus into how your body is feeling today. Are you feeling stress? Are you feeling anxiety? Or do you feel amazing today? If you feel amazing, ask yourself why. What was I thinking today that made me feel like that? And hold on to that thought. Those are the thoughts we want. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling stressed, that's okay. But be mindful of what you were thinking. Our thoughts control how we feel. We control our thoughts. And our thoughts become actions. Being aware and acknowledging our feelings will change how we think. We don't push our feelings away. we recognize them, then we ask ourselves, can we let this go? And will we let it go? Being in charge of your thoughts and feelings to raise our vibrations every day. Now just staying with your thoughts, clearing them away. Feeling safe in our Savasana. Turning again towards our third eye. Feel the energy that is you. That's what makes you. The beauty within, it shines on the outside when we take control of how we think and how we feel. Just take a few moments to bring a little bit of life back into your body, slowly. Wiggle through the toes, wiggle through the fingers. As you breathe in, just pull your shoulder blades off the ground. As you exhale, push them back. Let the shoulders round out a little bit. Let's try that again. Breathe in, lift chest, shoulders back. Exhale, pushing down into the earth. Become grounded. Working through the breath a few more times on your own pace. And when you are ready, just slowly turn to your right side. Feel that connection with breath. Then come up to a seated position, crossing the ankles. And when you're ready, we're going to